So have you ever wondered what happens when a wrestling show starts terrible, but ends up being great? When 7 matches range from completely unwatchable to excellent. I just got done watching Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling's Tokyo Princess Cup Final 2025, and I need to tell you about a expected, yet still bizarre experience. I'm not gonna hold y'all though. I can't recommend this. Sounds contradictory, right? Stay with me though, because I'm gonna break down exactly why this show represents everything right and wrong with TJPW. And by the end, you'll understand why one 4 1/4 star match can't save an entire show. I'm gonna walk you through each match, explain why the first half nearly just put me to sleep, and reveal how the second half completely redeemed itself, and share that one moment that got me hyped. Let me start off with the Iron Man Heavyweight Championship match. And honestly, if you know how TJPW is, you knew this particular match was going to be a train wreck intentionally. Now picture this: 8 wrestlers, delayed entry battle royal, and rules so convoluted they make the tax law seem simple. So Ram won the title before the match even starts by an arm wrestling contest. So already we're at that peak TJPW sports entertainment bullshit. The match begins, and within minutes the title changes hands twice more. Ram loses to Mahiro via backslide. Then Mahiro gets pinned by Juri after Mayu hits her with a penalty kick. This pretty much felt like a comedy sketch that forgot to include the comedy. I gave this 3/4 of a star. But here's where it gets interesting. This lame shit actually sets up the entire story of this whole entire show. Now the second match between Yuna Manase and Toga pretty much embodied everything simple about rookie versus veteran. Yuna won with a lariat. She showed respect post-match, and Toga refused the handshake. It told a story, but barely earned 1 3/4 stars. It was functional wrestling that you're not going to remember 5 minutes later. Rika Tatsumi, Suzumi, and Ren Kanatsu against Yuki Ano's team delivered fast-paced action that felt rushed rather than exciting. There was triple drop kicks to start, scattered high-impact moves, and a finish that came so quickly I had to check if someone got hurt or something. This gives 1.5 stars. Nothing too much to talk about. Then came Mizuki versus Pam Harajaku, and finally something that woke me up. Now the goofy antics at the beginning I could have done without, but at least it didn't overstay its welcome in that regard. When they started hitting each other with shoes and whatnot, yeah, the crowd popped, but again, it's something I could have done without, but it wasn't as bad as what we saw from previous matches. That springboard double foot stop into a brainbuster by Mizuki I thought was dope, and for the first time I felt engaged on this show. At just 2 stars, this kind of felt like progress. But I was still wondering if I made the mistake of watching this show. That's when everything changed. Maki Ito versus Yuki Arai marked the exact moment that this show was starting to cook a bit. The crowd was split immediately, chanting for both women with genuine passion. They were locked in on this match. The technical work I thought was cool, the reversals made sense, and when they started trading forearm shots, you could feel the intensity just building up here. Ito's headbutts looked convincing, Arai's Yakuza kick sounded like gunshots, and the submission work with the Scorpion Deathlock transitioning into a single and double crabs created that real drama. When Arai hit that Kopo kick for the win, the crowd was pleased. This gets 3 stars, and it subtly seems like the show has some life in it. Now the 8-person tag match opened with Hyper Masao spraying something in Aja Khan's eyes, and pretty much the whole team was taping her to the ring post. Now the crowd was booing, but now they were emotionally invested in seeing some comeuppance. Aja Khan's presence transformed everything here. When she broke free and she started throwing bodies around, every move felt consequential. The contrast between her old school power and the younger wrestler's innovation created some natural storytelling. Shoko Nakajima springboard Hurricanrana, Kaya Torabami strikes, and the constant back and forth kept me invested. When Wakanda rolled through on Hyper for the victory here, it felt like a big deal. I gave this one also 3 stars, and more importantly, it set up some future storylines when Wakanda and Yuki challenged the tag team champions in the post-match. Now we're building towards something bigger, but nothing, absolutely nothing on this lame show compared to Miyu Watanabe versus Arisu Endo in the finals of the Princess Cup. Now they started with a respectful handshake, and immediately you could tell they was about to cook. The crowd was split evenly, creating an atmosphere that elevated everything that followed. The technical work I thought was dope, and these two have wrestled long enough to know exactly how to build that type of drama. Then Mayu hit that giant swing dragon sleeper. I need y'all to understand, that was a fantastic spot. I was so locked in at this point. The forearm exchanges that followed were just brutal. Both women were throwing everything behind every shot, and you could hear the impact through the venue. The finishing sequence built tension perfectly. Power slams, butterfly suplexes, thrust kicks, every move felt like it could end the match. When Miyu finally connected with the teardrop for the victory, the crowd's reaction was genuine joy. This gets 4.25 stars. Excellent match. But here's the historical significance that makes this even more special. Miyu Watanabe has now won every single belt and trophy available in TJPW. That's what's up right there. So here's the contradiction I promised to explain. How can a show with a 4.25 star main event, 2 3-star matches, and genuine storytelling throughout earn a 7.25 out of 10, but still not recommended? Because simply wrestling isn't mathematics. You just can't average star ratings and declare success. The first half of this show was a chore to watch. The opening battle royal was so bad it made me want to turn it off. The rookie vs vet match felt like filler, and the comedy spots were lame. Even though the second half completely redeemed the experience for me personally, I can't in good conscience tell someone to sit through 40 minutes of mediocre bullshit for 25 minutes of great stuff and pay money for it. That's not fair for your time, and it's not honest reviewing. But here's what I learned a long time ago. TJPW knows how to deliver when it matters. That main event proved once again they can produce world-class shit. The semifinals showed they understand storytelling. Even Maki Ito's match demonstrated that they have the wrestlers capable of creating genuine emotional investment. So the problem isn't talent, it's the consistency. When TJPW is on, they're on. When they're off, especially with lame comedy shit, they're pretty much unwatchable. There's really no middle ground here. So if anything, if you need to see Mayu's historical achievement, go ahead and find a way to watch just the main event. If you're curious about TJPW's potential, that match will show you everything you need to know. But if you're looking for a well-rounded show worth your full time, paying money, go ahead and keep looking. The future looks bright though. Mayu versus Mizuki for the pop title at Wrestle Princess 6, that should be awesome. And Wakanda and Yuki challenging for the tag team titles should produce something solid. TJPW has the pieces in place. They just need to put them together more consistently.